Hello, SpeedGaming, and welcome to Winners Finals of the Castlevania Aria of Sorrow Randomizer Tournament as part of SpeedGaming Live 2022. I'm Smile. I've got Barracks here with me to watch this series between VaeVictus and Lunix. It's gonna be a good one, I think.
Well, both of these players very good. I believe if you look on the race time boards, Lunix has the most races and Vae has the second most races completed. So these runners live and breathe Aria.
And this could just be like any other day for them. They have raced each other so much, including during the tournament. Alright, so starting out with 30,000 gold in our pockets, this starting shop seems a little underwhelming. Some mid-range weapons. There are some good red souls, though.
It's decent enough. Nightmare, probably the best red soul in the game. Plus it can pierce through walls. Though they also start with the ghost soul. Golem, pretty good strength boost, so it'll definitely help carry these less than stellar weapons that they both bought. Though Poison Fist is very good, it just doesn't have the range to compete with other weapons like Levitain.
So you'll see a number up to the right of the HP and MP bars. That's telling us that we have 8 potentially important progression checks in here. There are some distractors in there. There's decoy souls too.
So you grabbing that Panther makes you go 7. And also here in this forbidden area that they can't access it right now, there is one check there to get at a later point possibly.
Yeah, that's the dead end side, but keep that in the back of our heads for later.
So either on VaeVictus' side, that Militant Sword has a petrifying effect. So on vulnerable enemies, the first hit will petrify them, and then they'll take double damage from later hits as well as not being able to move. At least, yeah. I think that's how it works. There's like 2 things in the game that have petrify.
Yeah, I always thought using the Militant Sword was a little bit annoying because the hit where you petrify is so much weaker. You don't get like a full weapon hit out of it.
Yeah, it's definitely circumstantial. I think it's really good if you have like not a lot of gear, but if you're able to like just run at things and one-shot them, like you see there on the left, he's petrifying the crows, but then has to run into them, so he takes the knockback. We got that early Malphus and Skrull, so pretty standard seed setup so far. Couple blue souls definitely. Not everyone's especially good, but we could see some use possibly.
Yeah, or they could be required as well. They're gonna need 1 soul of each of the primary colors to become Dracula and get on the path to the good ending. And the ones they need will be told to them by the ancient book items.
Yeah, Smiles then mentioned there was decoys, but there's 6 of each soul, not counting progression. So like there's 6 reds scattered around, and only 1 of those the required soul. However, you can also farm the soul, as we've seen enemies have randomized soul drops, and the enemy you can farm it from is also listed in that ancient book.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to farm, but if you have some like way out of the way checks to do or something like that, it's a choice you can make. Ghost is not a great soul for trying to hit things, by the way. Lunix is having a bit of a time.
Yeah, this is one of those times Nightmare for flying straight would be a lot better, even though it has a much higher mana cost.
I think Lunix found the vanilla inner quarters door, by the way, and then warped back here. Whereas...
Well, they just went a bit farther, and he's also going to get that warp back.
Yeah, he went all the way to the end of the castle corridor, finds the bottom of Clock Tower, which they can actually do things in, but coming back here for now.
But there's a number of ways forward. You can see his soul here. Flash. Not very useful. Not with Panther. we can see Lunix heading towards one of these available checks, area checks. There's also the Skula check to the right, and you can also use Malthus to get into gardens a bit early. Plus, as Smile mentioned, bottom clock, they can do things there with Skula.
Yeah, it looks like Lunix just wanted to check the ledge item. He bailed out from checking that door. It takes so long to walk to.
It's a bit of a gamble there, and it's also a left exit, so sometimes it runs into forbidden or top floor dead ends. So since I've already seen forbidden dead ends, a bit less likely.
So here's another entrance of Clock Tower. It's only got one potentially important item in it, and Lunix is going to check who the boss is. It's Balor.
I forgot. Balor's a pretty good fight. Gives you about, I want to say, 16,000 experience, so about 15 levels worth. Yeah,
Level 3, but got Poison Fist. 41 is pretty good damage.
Oh, that's very good. And these Soul Compass Seeds, a lot of the time you end up being very low level when you reach the end game. So, quick 2-minute Balor fight. Very good. Very you for Chaos and Julius.
He can be a little bit of a gear check, because this first eye is the more defensive one, but hitting this hard on the first eye is pretty good. And Lunix is on to Balor Phase 2, just needs to avoid this fire and keep up punching, as VaeVictus has headed up to that long vanilla dance hall door, and Chapel is behind it. Chapel is slightly friendlier, earlier game area, and has 3 potentially important things, but that's a book. I believe that said Lilith from Poison Worm on Lunix's side.
It's very lucky to find it. Only 5 checks in Clock Tower, so that was not the most likely place, though the checks behind boss dead ends are slightly higher rated.
Alright, VaeVictus has beaten Manicore and is headed up to the top of this room.
Oh.
There's a yellow book copy. So 50-50 chance that there is a copy placed. So they're equal on knowledge right now. Now Lunix, despite there being no potentially important checks left in Clock Tower, is using Skula to go check these, at least this one item. Doesn't want the High Mind up. So even if you're not looking for like potential progression, if you start skipping checks, then you miss out on stuff. And stuff can be useful.
Definitely higher rated locations like this, which is slide block, but doesn't want that one in a prison.
It's all MP all the time. Alright, headed up to the top right door, which is the one we haven't seen the way out of yet. It's a door into Reservoir, as VaeVictus finds Giant Bat in the chapel.
Very good chapel ship. It's the first fight we've seen.
And oh, it's the Wrecking Ball entrance of top floor. Can't go any further in there. Lunix has finally got some armor.
There's a delayed dead end for the Gallery Chapel at the top door. It's like, oh, thank God, it's not a dead end. And then you get out of Chapel and it's a dead end.
And not much reason to come back through that door later either if it's only leading to Chapel.
That's a bit faster to take the warp and top floor. So arguably it's safer to head to Chapel. I just don't see a reason to take the time loss.
Yeah, you can petrify Manticore. It's actually the only boss that's vulnerable to petrify. And it's really hard to get a source of petrify in the vanilla game to actually do that.
Yeah, it's Milliken, Sword, Catapultus, and Cockatrice, I think. There might be a 4th one, but I think it's just those 3.
Yeah, I think you're right.
out of them, and Milliken's the easiest. Gotta believe this is it has its uses.
VaeVictus having Giant Bat can save some HP here, because Giant Bat will make him 1 tile high and can fit under those spikes. And Lunix has got Manticore, which is the best rush soul. Also allows for an area check in the reservoir.
But only after they find the Undine soul.
I think he is trying to do this boat trick to get into the merman room.
That seems likely. I think I've only seen Lunix do it. And I don't know what he's trying to do here.
I think he needs the boat to be going left.
Because I think you can just wait for it to head left. Oh my god,
There
very
you go.
clean. First try. Casual close drop clip.
VaeVictus got knocked down in that Medusa Head Gremlin room and went down first in Clock Tower, so gonna be a little disappointed fighting the boss here.
Well, we might see the school exit in corridors as it comes out. Ooh. I was booked too behind waterfall, so either gonna need to find the other entrance into this, or get that Indian soul. It's not always possible to come in from the other side, since this could be a dead end somewhere, or it could connect to underground cemetery.
Yep, no other way into cemetery. Lunix trying to climb the waterfall, just dipping your head into the water here refreshes your jump. So, go back and forth, just try to keep moving up. Not having great luck with it though, and doesn't have Giant Bat to explore the rest of the room either. So it looks like he'll head left and around. Or, no, he's on the lower side, okay.
Let's not take that hit there. Actually, I think he could have taken that hit. He had 38 health, did 37 damage. Taking swing's pretty good. That was that 4 Dryad drops?
That was a lot of Dryads. Top floor is completely dead. That is goose eggs.
Oh, wow. Pretty interesting to see the Rams do pretty similar things here. Covering the same areas, just in other orders. Because he's gonna exit here, and I think he's probably gonna run through top floor. Oh, looks like he's gonna go to the other side of the clock tower, actually. Looks like he's gonna go to chapel.
Just doing a little trading places. Yeah, I guess we should say that merman room that Lunix got into is out of logic. That is another place where the game is expecting you to have Undine right now. And so if Altair is a required soul, could be big.
Well, Vae heads into Reservoir the other way. Messes up the cliff. This is one of the few allowed zips in the competitive rule set. Alas, can't see it on that side.
Was resisting putting Giant Bat on, but... Worst part of having Bat as your flight is the menuing. Well, maybe second worst, because it is kind of MP expensive as well. Lunix should have a... Sorry, go ahead.
On the bright side, Bat does take the place of your slide soul as well, allowing you basically a 2-for-1 progression.
Yeah, it is true. Taking the Holy Sword, the Mistletoe, from the right arm of the man. Claymore is not very useful, but any of these objects that they're picking up, things sell for random prices. They could be just valuable in the seed.
One advantage of the way that they wanted out this is that he's going to come out with that, so he can do these checks a bit earlier than the Lunix. Looks like Lunix is looking for a gear, because both runners have already seen the other side of top floor. They know where it's going to come out.
Well, it's an Osofune. It's not a bad start. Pretty big sword.
Like, your items are placed with a lot of weighting, so top floor does generally have better weapons, armor. Not that that lance shows it.
Yeah, it is kind of an interesting choice, and I think Vae is save splitting these checks on the left.
Interesting. So he's gonna get Altair Soul up here, so he has to decide do I want to keep that or not. And 3 wares? 2 wares. Not quite as impressive as the 4 drives that it's got earlier.
I mean, I think anytime you get a soul and you haven't seen the book yet, you have to keep it.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine remembering things.
I know like half the runners in this tournament take detailed notes, apparently. So, yeah, they can remember things.
Alright, we've got both of them into inner quarters on opposite sides. One of the souls here is backdash, the second copy.
Classic, I forget if I picked up Gallimolf during the seed. So yeah, those 2 checks on the left that they just passed by. So Rune walked off by the Gallimolf Soul, or the Chronomage Red Soul. So it's very possible that these 2 checks that we haven't seen are both over there. Thankfully, it's not the case. I'm gonna get Hippo right up here. But there is still one soul locked behind Galanoff.
And Vae should get that pretty quickly as well, because Great Armor is not a difficult boss at this point. But yeah, won't be able to full clear for now because of that one leftover item. It looks like Lunix is opting to walk all the way back through inner quarters to just save walking through Reservoir instead.
Yeah, faster trip, honestly. And we're gonna end up both runners in the same area just now. Which is corridors again.
Yeah, it's the vanilla top floor door, so that rules out another entrance out of Castle Corridor. They both have flight. They can check the top floor, clock tower one.
It always impresses me when people know where these doors go in the vanilla game. Oh, it can do this with that. And we have yet to see study, so should be interesting. 5 checks, that's over half the checks in study.
Yeah, that is a pretty nice number for this area. And Lunix finally did the checks on at the very end of Castle Corridor and reset out of them. Is headed back to Reservoir to go finish out the waterfall.
The big damage with that Manticore there. 210. Already onto phase 2 of the first phase, I guess. Phase 1.5 of death.
And 210 is not bad for Manticore at all. Rush Souls aren't very powerful. He's also using the Mistletoe, which is a great weapon to fight death with.
Oh, Vae, no, okay. He accidentally resized his window and clicked off. Almost took a death to it.
That's a pretty powerful secret technique from Death there.
I love when Death just VSODs my computer.
It's needles behind Death.
Death is actually the reason why Luisho loses his power.
And Lunix has got to go all the way into Forbidden Area to find out what this one item is.
Ooh, pretty good choice. I believe it's pretty high weight. It's an in-game area. It's behind Skula. I think it might be behind Skula and also Rush Soul and Indian. But Slide not very helpful at this point in the game. I think it
Box of Rippers doesn't have anything, it seems.
There's no luck. You need the rare ring for that. I think that slide does say something for what we're gonna find in Dance Hall, though. Because there's a pair of slide block check 3? 2 to 3 slide block checks during dance hall. Here, I say, expecting Vae to enter in about
2 in the door.
Yeah, I don't know if the door is counted. Because I know there's been some recent discoveries about how logic's actually calculated. So, guess we'll find out. Whenever we find it, that is. Haven't seen dance hall, haven't seen garden, I don't think.
Nope, no garden. Kinda need to find garden at some point.
Yeah, pretty mandatory area to beat the game.
Got arena though for VaeVictus. It's also a little bit barren, only one thing.
1 check out of 8. There's Moonbeam. Yeah, I think we can see what's behind the waterfall.
Yeah, Lunix just had to have that flying armor.
We're gonna get that blue book now. And probably, this probably goes into the Floating Gardens Dance Hall. The Floating Gardens Dance Hall into Underground Cemetery, maybe? I don't know if there's any other doors that we've missed.
Yeah, garden and dance hall can't, like, connect to each other in a locked component, so I think that's what it has to be. Waterfall takes you to garden, which takes you to dance hall, and then...
Well, it can be the other one that just takes you to the cemetery, which locks the entire thing in. Which I think would make this an Indian required seed.
Don't see that every day. Oh, but there's blocking mail in the shop. So by beating death, VaeVictus has gotten to benefit from Hammer stocking up on some additional items.
Clearly death was also death to freedom in the market. Do the rando rules say you have to get the good ending? The rando rules say defeat chaos. So if you can find a way to defeat chaos without glitches and without getting the good ending, then we'll have to make clarification that you have to get the good ending. But until then...
I mean, I think Algorithm might have something to say about that.
That'd be scary.
Like, I'm not sure dying to Chaos after you beat Chaos is any easier than just winning the fight, but...
Okay, that almost happened to me, like, 2 days ago. So it's certainly possible.
We just saw a guard on VaeVictus' screen. That is what the blocking mail does. It gives you a 30% chance to just guard against a hit instead of taking the damage. Lunix taking the hit from the scythe as it was spinning away.
Vae's gonna be a bit disappointed with this kicker, or the slide check over here. Neither runner yet. Gonna head over and get that blue lookout waterfall.
Well, one of them can't.
Well, that's fair. But in, like, you know, Scream, he's about to get his last soul on the right side and then head into Arena. So I think Vae has maybe like minute and a half lead. And they're both going to be at the same spot of having full cleared the entire map.
Yeah, no big deal. And Vay's gonna keep this slide. It is a nice quality of life, even if it doesn't get you anything extra that Bat doesn't already give you.
Feels surprising that we've seen 2 books and they're both the same. Forget that minute and a half thing. It's gonna be like 40 seconds. Lunix is about to get his ending.
Well, we'll see if he goes down or up first. That'll be a little bit of a factor.
If he needs to heal, he might head down.
Nope, just straight up, so soon enough. Throw a horse at it.
My man doesn't have horses yet!
Oh no!
That's so sad.
This is gonna be kind of a problem, actually. Like, okay, Siren might work, birds work.
Oh, so, yeah. They heading over. Gonna get this blue book. Well, I don't think Vae has... No, Vae's seen these checks. He knows what it is.
Yeah. Or maybe he hadn't, or maybe he was just checking to be sure. Alright, blue book for VaeVictus. It says great armor from Iron Golem.
Okay, I think he has that.
Yeah, definitely seen great armor.
I saw it. And here's Garden. Only 1 check. Are we gonna have to go into Dance Hall, or even worse, Cemetery, just the last location in this book?
Show me Galamoth.
That would be awful. Why do you suggest that?
I mean, for a near full clears seed, we're only at 31 minutes.
That's true. But we also haven't seen a lot of especially good weapons, so... Well, it's Galamoth for you. Now we hope that we don't have to go use it. Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of endgame weapons, so the endgame could still take a decent while.
I think the difference here is less than a minute. There's 3 things in Dance Hall, though.
Better hope one of them is the book. Well, one of them might be the soul.
And with their bingo cards complete, it's a race to find the red book and see if we have the soul already.
Oh, that's right. Completely forgot which book we were looking for.
Seems to be about 35 seconds of difference right now.
Very close. Forget a death in the end game. Just poor combat could be the difference maker. Or movement through one of these rooms.
Yeah, red book is what we need, and potentially if we don't have what the red book says that we need.
Is Vae skipping 2 checks?
1 check. He looked at the slide check, he's skipping the boss for now.
That's a decision.
No Legion though, so still out there somewhere. There's the red book.
Oh my god, don't have to go to Galma, thank god.
And it's Headhunter.
I just gotta equip the Headhunter. A massive 5 hit boost was that? Honestly, pretty impressive.
Headhunter gives you some extra stats for just the raw number of souls that you have, which when you pick up 5 Dryads... Anyway, this is not too bad of a boss. 3 forms. The lizard is the most trolly. Can poison you, as Lunix got poisoned. Headhunter drops Minotaur, apparently. If we didn't already have a better strength boost, that may be a little valuable. Just Winged Skeleton back here. And I don't remember actually seeing a check of the Red Book.
I haven't seen one.
Lunix is not doing the candle check.
That's not good. My man's gonna be Cody Galamoth
Oh boy!
instead of the candle check.
And Vase head to Castle Corridor.
That's the shop check. Hope for that final sword and shop.
Yeah, Headhunter is the other shop boss, so this is the full shop. Some moderately priced beef curry, which is very good healing.
Oh,
There's a Calibol. It's a second blue book at Galamoth.
That's so sad. There was the chance, man.
I would say he seems to be not happy about that.
That's the fun of face cam. Does he even know if he has the soul? Like he does, because we know Galamoth is a book, but
Well, he is going to top floor.
guess he's just betting on it.
I think he may count the soul pickups. But also we're at a point where there's like so little else they can even pick up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any other checks in the game except Chaotic Realm.
It looks like Lunix is gonna guess here.
Did he... There's one more check! Oh my god, Lunix.
So you can try to guess the required souls. You don't need to pick up the book. Like, you don't need to be holding the ancient books. You just need to know what they say. If you don't know what the ancient books say, you can try what you have in your pocket and just see if you're right. And if you are, then great.
We don't even know if Lunix is right, because Vae hasn't looked at the book.
So Graham Phase 2, I think Lunix is guessing Altair, which is wrong.
It's right. Did he?
It is Altair? Okay.
Ooh,
You guessed Mudman.
Mudman or Winged Skeleton, one of those.
I'm just gonna rewind the tape and figure out what happened.
Feel like that sometimes.
Yeah, so it's Altair from Lightning Doll. And yeah, it looks like Winged Skeleton was Lunix's first pick. Going to Siren this time.
I don't know how much faster it would be to go check the one remaining check in the game.
Well, anyway, VaeVictus has finished Graham. He's headed back to the Floating Garden to fight Julius. So what Lunix is seeing to tell him that he's wrong is that at the final hit of Phase 2, there's some text that comes up in Graham's portrait as well, that they differ for whether you're right or wrong. If you're right, the first screen has the text that's something like, "How did you get to have those powers?" Oh, that's an Ascalon.
Well, that's nice. What else is that face? You're correct. His little shadowed eyes.
Alright, Lunix has equipped the birds.
What is this? Try 3, try 4?
Yeah, I don't think your tournament prediction was panning out. I think it was you who said that Lunix is gonna wreck somebody's nightmares with guessing his soul.
I think everyone here has been predicting that Lunix is gonna wreck someone by guessing, but I'm not seeing that.
Alright, into Julius. Equipped the Calibolt, dealing 65 a hit. Very skillful guard there from Julius's whip attack. Getting some lucky blocking mill rolls so far.
Pretty good chance.
Alright, now Lunix is on to Grand Phase 3. This is a good seed overall, you say. I have some doubts. Alright, in Julius Phase 2, he's gained the use of some sub-weapons. That is very low HP. Okay, healed up. Interesting, like, keeping very close to Julius, so he's not really tempted to move anywhere. But that's Julius down. VaeVictus is headed into the final area of the game, the Chaotic Realm, which is always in the same place. It's got no souls in it. It's all stuff.
Let's see some good items here. We do have that Ascalon, 4th best weapon in the game, but that still leaves 3 weapons better than it.
It's no big deal. Ascalon is more than enough, I think. Is that an Excalibur? Did I see that right, or was that like an uncurse?
Blood. So not even Excalibur.
Oh, Tear of Blood.
Uncurse,
Okay.
Yeah. This is BO3, yes.
Also leaving the Eversing on the floor. The blocking nail doesn't have like the highest raw defense, but you take the blocks.
If you get the blocks, you take the blocks.
I'm gonna save just in case I don't get the blocks.
You ever go to a Lego store to get the blocks? I thought it was a bit of a stretch. These statues here are Chaos Phase 1, 3000 HP each and 0 defense, so it's Vijaya via this lightning sword with its multi-hits is a pretty good option.
Yeah, watching out for the lock-on, doing some pretty good dodges, not getting NP stolen. You can also knock the diamonds away. And with defeating each statue, you immediately get the soul back, so got a bit of a damage boost for taking out the last red one there. Alright, into Chaos 2, the eyes on the side also have no defense, but they govern the defense of the core, which is super high right now. So you gotta lower that defense by defeating the eyes. And multi-hit weapons are not good on things with high defense, so we'll probably see Vae swap to the Ascalon after taking down some eyes. He might be doing that right now, actually. Don't need to take them all out, just work on as many eyes as you are comfortable with. 71 Manticore damage times 3. Not too shabby. Refilling with Mana Prism.
For the whole core, so it shouldn't take that long if you have the MP healing.
Very important to remember your Mana Prisms. Ascalon's a heavy weapon, so backdash canceling. Golem's getting it 3 more damage, so 27 a hit. Now it looks like Lunix is going to use the Erogenous Spear that I believe Vae left on the floor after Graham. Bone Dragon, some personal space, please.
I was pretty lucky they managed to hit the orb. Oh, that's GG. Game 1 goes to Vae.
Yeah, VaeVictus takes game 1. The race time is 47:31. That's pretty solid for doing nearly everything that you can do in Aria Seed.
Yeah, different multi-hit for Lunix with that tall handle. This one hits 3 times and has a bit better damage. But also is a heavy weapon, has less range, so a bit more of a juggle.
Yeah, it is still a lightning weapon. I think its range is really awkward. I don't really like using it. Surveying his options here. Like 109 is pretty good damage, and these eyes aren't going anywhere like the statues. Ate a green orb. Took a hit from an eye. Big 10 damage with 2 eyes down. Randomizer Sphere is at 28. Oh! It's got 2 green orbs on him. Okay, we're good.
These orbs have a bit of a delayed damage, so while normally you can't get hit twice by any damage source in a row, thanks to iframes. These orbs don't give you the same iframes for themselves or for any damage, so you have to be pretty careful in this fight. You can get hit by the orbs into another attack like these thorns, the eyes, or Bone Dragon.
Yeah, that's how you get chaos combos. You can delete your HP bar in a flash. Poison Fist not quite cutting it, even though you can get 2 punches in. 24, not as good as 28. Better crowd control grouping up the green orbs this time.
It's time for Lunix, just over 51 minutes. So, pretty close seed there.
Yeah, GG to Lunix as well. But VaeVictus takes game 1, and this is a best of 3. We will be headed on to game 2 coming up in a couple minutes. We'll take a break and get that ready for you, and be back with more Aria. What's up, SpeedGaming? Welcome to game 2 of the winners final in the Castlevania Aria of Sorrow Randomizer Tournament as part of SpeedGaming Live 2022. VaeVictus and Lunix haven't lost a match so far. VaeVictus is taking game 1. Now Lunix is trying to even it up, force a game 3 in this best of 3. And I'm Smile, I've got Barracks with me.
So, we're going to be seeing this random hammer shop off the bat. Last seed wasn't too good, so we're hoping to see something quite a bit better this time.
Yeah, I saw a lot of checks in this game. Castle Corridor has 10 things in it. Our starting Red Soul is Siren. There's Succubus in the shop. That combat knife sells for a lot.
That Succubus is probably the best thing there. Joyu's pretty good weapon, but no backdash cancel, so...
Final Guard also a decent pickup for some technical guards. I think Lunix kept the combat knife? Alright, 10 potentially important items in Castle Corridor. Those could be soul candles that could give us more movement options to get around the castle. They could be any of the 3 required souls that these guys will need to equip in order to get on the good ending path. Or they could be ancient books, which will tell them about those required souls. So I already got one, Were Jaguar, a red soul. Could be required, not progression. This is a Panther first preset as well, so Black Panther should be in the next 2 or 3 checks. Yeah, 3. And that'll have them both moving pretty quickly.
Early Office is going to allow for some interesting routing if runners want. They can head left to the dance hall door. They can do a skip here and head into Floating Gardens door early.
Yeah, normally at the start of the seed, you're walking past a couple items that you can't get to because you can't jump high enough.
Oh wow, it's heading right up towards Floating Gardens door. The good side of airport could do some things here. It's basically Oh, well, that is really big. Early Hippo with some early flight. Even if this boss doesn't pan out and Lunix can't go any further in this area, Hippo's going to allow him a lot better movement going out through the seed. Especially since Vae isn't even bothering to check that door.
Yeah, flight is one of your 2 ingredients that you need to be able to finish out the seed, because you need it to get into top floor and as well as to get into the chaotic realm, the final area of the game. And Hippogriff is the better form of flight. Doesn't cost you any MP. You just hit the L button.
This fight is doable with Combat Knife. It's gonna take a minute, but it's doable.
Yeah, this is the Headhunter fight. Headhunter is one of the random bosses. There are some bosses who are not randomized.
Ruby Skull, Graham, Manticore, Chaos, and Julius. It's about half of them, but 3 of them are the final bosses. I don't know if they count. Now each phase of Headhunter here, there's 3 phases. Each one has about 700 HP. And when I say about, I mean, I believe, exactly 700. So it's gonna take a solid minute with this 23 damage Combat Knife. And Vae's into Chapel on the left side here, fixing Vass's soul. Probably hoping that's not the required soul, because it's a real pain to kill Graham with Basilisk gone.
Yeah, swapping your attack and defense is not fun. Alright, Lunix has finished the old man phase and is fighting the lizard now. I'm not sure if he can actually take 2 hits here. I didn't see what that last... Oh, he can. He's got room for error here. The tongue is a hitbox, which is interesting. No healing pickups yet, though.
Let's play this fight very safe here. Don't want to take a death after this long fight.
Yeah, now there's no room for error. VaeVictus is going to fight Manticore. Dealing 75 with the Joy use.
And so, Headhunter does not want to come down from the ceiling. Lunix's best bet here is outranging and getting this tongue. But Headhunter is just such a weird fight sometimes.
Yeah, the worry here is Headhunter just like walking into him. Ooh. And Vae actually has to... Yeah, and Vae actually has to deal with the gargoyles at the top of this room.
Ooh, there's a death for Lunix, and Vae is not far behind.
That is a yellow book, though. Oh no! It's a basilisk seed.
That's awful. Well, so there's a funny story here. The person who rolled the seed, Danazuke, asked in chat if we wanted a seed earlier, and mentioned the last 2 seeds they've rolled were basilisk seeds. To make that last 3, this is literally rigged at this point.
I think I rolled 2 of them at the start of the tournament as well. It's been like a watershed moment for Basilisk. Just kind of retracing each other's paths right now. There is that basilisk. So they both have it, at least.
It looks like a left check's top floor. So with Hippo, Lunix could go do some stuff there. There's no checks, so it'd just be the exit.
It does lead over to Clock Tower, which only has one thing in it. Oh, he does have school. I guess that was from early Castle Corridor. And there's a gun. It is the handgun, though.
Gun. Hate to see it. Lunix takes another death. And didn't save in chapel. He's gonna have to head back. That's super unlucky. I was probably thinking a Rush Soul would kill Manticore, which very fair. Normally it does.
Yeah, you're usually not expecting Manticore to do you in, of all things. If anything, it's the gargoyles at the top of the room. Still haven't found this one item in Clock Tower. I guess it's behind... Well, it could be guarded by the Lightning Doll.
Nice Golem drop.
Yeah, Golem drop off the Harpy. Good strength upgrade. Okay, and Galamoth was the one thing in Clock Tower. And top left of Clock Tower leads behind the waterfall, which has a rune ring.
Nice. Right now, Lunix just a couple minutes to these deaths, but Vae still doesn't have that Hippo, and he might not go grab it for a while. So if Hippo can regain Lunix some of this time through doing like waterfall checks or maybe top floor, then it could still be quite close.
And Succubus is doing so much for Vae's survivability in that room. Every hit you deal with a weapon attack gets you 5 HP back. And that goes double or triple for multi-hit weapons. Alright, time to fight Manticore with Manticore again. Alright, we did it.
A success. On the yellow book without having to run into gargoyles.
Yeah, knowing that he's picked up the Basilisk, he may be more tempted to lay down a save sooner now. Oh, there's that Skula. Yeah, Jupiter, this is a Basilisk seed. They already have it, but it would drop from Wooden Golem if they didn't. Oh, that's Blue Book in the bat spot, so... Need to find giant bat somewhere along the way.
Or guess. We all know that Lunix is a lot of guessing.
He is gonna take the opportunity to pick up a copy of Succubus this time. End of Castle Corridor leads us into the Underground Cemetery. 1 out of 4 potentially important items. And also a random boss.
Oh, it's this first item here, so you don't have to fight the boss. Oh, well. Hoping the boss isn't Legion, then.
Not saving? Thinking about saving? Saving. And Lunix is again coming into an empty top floor for stuff.
That's pretty good. There's Manticore, Golem.
Yeah, maybe with the early deaths this will be a confidence builder. It is death in the Underground Cemetery. Death's got 2 phases. In the first one you fight this scythe. He's got mini scythes and lasers. And the second one he gets a fancy double scythe. And Death himself joins the fight. Lunix has 3 HP.
3 HP. Playing it a bit risky there, but you know. What's a 4th death?
He's in top floor at level 4.
More like top 4.
And it looks like the gargoyles are taking him 3 hits. Oh, that's a Ronginus spear.
Have a recreation of Last Seed.
Probably not likely to actually equip that without backdash, but keep it in your pocket.
That one's pretty good. Good int boost for rush cells.
So behind the Wrecking Ball door is just the bottom of Clock Tower.
Indian doesn't have any use in the seed. We have the other side of Waterfall of Kicker. We can already get the Indian check on top left reservoir. So, not what you like to see there.
Yeah, Waterfall's the only thing that hard requires Indian. Like, anything else you can get with other items. But needing Giant Bat is an interesting wrinkle. There could be a second copy of the Blue Book out there, but you don't really, like, want to assume that, I would say. Vae's gonna try and put on flying armor and do some kicks off these killer dolls. So this is possible. The issue is that the killer dolls have to cooperate.
The issue is it sucks. And you shouldn't ever do it. This is the first time I've ever seen anyone get that clip. Oh my god. That clip, that trick.
It leads to the arena with 2 items. And there's there's no other way into the arena.
What is this routing? What is this game? Yeah. Lunix into the waterfall can use Hippo to get these checks that I wasn't able to see.
So it's not like Vae is out of logic, but that was not the expected way to get in there. Triton for Lunix is the best strength upgrade soul. Nice to have. Gonna be able to full clear Reservoir if he wants. Just tagging out for now. Reservoir does take a while. It's a very sprawling area. Alright, back into this arena. As Lunix is going to head into inner quarters this time. Well, deeper in at least. Following Galamoth. It's Persephone and Backdash.
Yeah, hopefully this fight should go a bit easier off the front end. Actual weapons tend to do that.
Looks like Hammer might have had blocking mail for sale again. Because at this point, VaeVictus, I believe, has beaten both of the shop bosses, so he would have been looking at the full shop. Heading into the worst room in the game. Hitting the button, getting the slide. There's a copy of the blue book.
That's really funny.
Catableepus from Beware, which he has.
If this killer doll kicker skeleton play actually pays off, he's so fun.
Okay, he's just saving. Alright.
This is one of the most unique matches of Aria I've watched in a while.
And Lunix picks up Were Tiger, so just need Werewolf and we can complete the Were set. There's one thing in the Forbidden area. And Big Golem is the boss of the arena.
Not for much longer. Pretty low here. Want to heal maybe? Using his only healing item, Lunix. Playing it a bit safer, but Vae has to do DDR if he wants this last check.
Yeah, he has to play it legit, too.
Well, there's
Giant Bat. Giant Bat in the Forbidden area. So Lunix won't be too long to the blue book if he wants it. Which is a big if. Nothing at DDR. So Arena just had a blue book copy and nothing else. That is a little bit of a time sink.
Beta's now doing forbidden. Yeah, and hopefully Lunix doesn't end up doing arena.
Well, there's only so much guessing you can do, and you don't have a source of flight yet. Scholadora's garden.
I can see this reverse garden wrap from Vae again. It's a bit of a faster way to do these checks when you don't have Hippogriff.
Yeah, our best scientist timed it out. If you don't have flight, reverse garden. Tell your friends.
And if you have Giant Bat, I think it's about the same speed. And then if you have Hippo, I want to say it's like 10 seconds faster to do normal route. But I may be misremembering. It's been a while since I looked at the numbers.
Blue Book for Lunix, he also has Cataplepus, so that's not going to be a problem. And wow, I guess the item is in the werewolf room.
That's School of Dupe. I'd love to see it.
Extra yellow book. Thanks, game.
You'll never know when you need it.
Alright, Lunix has found the cemetery. So this will get him a shop expansion, but it's otherwise... I think it was just that Undine thing here. Or no. I've got Seed Bleed, I don't remember. Oh, well, Death's stuck in the wall, so this is fine.
I think Undine was over here. But I'll find out in a second. Is glitching death allowed? Yes. If someone can find a way to intentionally glitch death, that'd be pretty cool. What's the death glitch? You can, I don't understand how it works, but you can get death stuck in a wall and then it'll throw his scythe, and it will not come back.
Yeah, all I really know about it is you want to stay on his right side, and he just keeps doing... Hope he keeps doing attacks that keep moving into the left. Vanilla bottom of clock tower door leads to eastern reservoir. Lunix doesn't want to go in there. He is going to end up going into arena. And Vae is absolutely not skipping the candle check in Dance Hall. In the vanilla game, that is just a candle at the end of the hallway. There's Werewolf. There is our entire Were Soul set.
Love to see it. We got the dogs.
Ah, woo.
And the skill blocks.
The tiger is not a dog. Technicalities. Vae is equipping Undine, probably just to get to this door faster. Don't strictly need Undine, you can just jump up with Malphus and sneak your way onto the edge of the platform, but is finally going to get Hippogriff.
Tiger is not a dog. You know... Shut up, algorithm. What do you know?
I think I said something about Vae having seen the entire shop, but yeah, he hadn't been in here, so he couldn't have.
Watch faster fight there. Check out what it does. That's sickle and shot. It's pretty nice. I don't know, Lulican just stole us. That's a quite good shot.
Somewhat reasonable price for cream sodas and tea.
That's good. Well, I don't think Lunix has any healing left. Where's what are we for Red Book? Is that in study? Have we seen study? I don't think we've seen study. Is Lunix gonna guess? Lunix is gonna guess. Alright, good luck, Lunix. I believe in you. Got the Death Sickle and Manticore stole us.
Yeah, this is a completely fine set of equipment to try this fight and maybe get a couple fast tries at it. So Graham's got 3 phases. The check where you need the required souls equipped is at the end of phase 2, where he's in the middle of the room, like he is now. And Lunix equipped Winged Skeleton, that might be his guess here. He is gonna have to change his loadout though, yeah, that's what he's doing now. Putting on Basilisk and Catablethus.
Yeah, thankfully Death Sickle's pretty high damage, so it shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, that's gonna counteract the effect of the Basilisk. 17 isn't too bad.
Yeah, generally you use Basilisk Seed, you want to make sure to count Grim's HP. So you only have to equip Basilisk when you get really close to that 1500 barrier. But when you're dealing with rush soul damage as well, it can be a bit hard to count.
I think we're seeing double guesses.
That is certainly a play.
I saw them do this the other day. They had a seed where they both guessed at least 4 things.
I love Castlevania. Lunix, please tell me you counted. Okay, pretty good counting.
Vae's using the Khalid Bulk. Not too bad for damage either. Not quite as high as the Death Sickle. We'll see what he gets when he has to put on the Basilisk here. And he's gonna go with Siren, Were-Tiger from Inner Quarters.
Oh man, 7 damage. Califulg. But we got some good counting from Vae.
It's not Were-Tiger.
And some very good cram spawns for Lunix. Straight into the corner both times.
So what do we mean by guessing? So they have not seen the item Ancient Book 1, which would tell them what is the correct red soul that they need to become Dracula. And what that means is, in the vanilla game, there are 3 souls you need equipped to get on the good ending path. The Ancient Books tell you a little bit about what they are. The vanilla game, they are Flame Demon, Giant Bat, and Succubus. In the randomizer, they're randomized. So if you haven't read the book, you can just try to go based on what red souls you've picked up in the seed, and just keep trying until you either get it right or have to leave.
Yeah, like Jupiter asks, have you even seen all 6 reds? And I'm not sure, because there's still an area left.
I think Vae's going with Ripper this time. You only need the required souls equipped for the final hit of Phase 2.
It's also with Ripper, so could see both of them finishing at the same time. No.
Not Ripper. So that's the importance of damage counting. You want to get as close to 1500 as possible before you start dealing these tiny hits with the Basilisk. And they are resetting at the point they are because the way they can tell they've gotten it right is from Graham's portrait and the text that he says once you get through Phase 2. If they got it right, that screen would say, "I can't believe it, how did you come to possess those powers?" And he'd also look like a little more aghast, I suppose. I don't check with the portrait though, I always use the text.
I always check with the portrait. This is the most thing in the community, along with what the best weapon is. So maybe it's not the most divisive thing in the community, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not certain they have this red soul. Like, I like guessing as much as the next guy, which is to say I hate it. Yeah, Lunix headed off to go find study.
You are supposed to look for the books, yes. They're doing like a cost-benefit analysis. They're thinking the time that this is gonna take me to go find my last item here is not worth like the time I'm gonna invest in a couple guesses when I have a decent weapon.
I think that is an interesting stance, because I would think it'd be much faster to go find study and just clear that out.
Well, if you haven't been writing down your doors.
That's Reservoir, yeah. I don't think we've seen either of the two top doors here. So they might
Well,
just,
we saw the entrance into Eastern, I believe.
Okay. I can't believe it.
So Vanillagram was a flag in V1 Rando. Is it not a flag in V2?
There's a flag for not requiring souls. So you can just fight Graham whenever you get there. I think that acquiring all 3 books would be a bad change. I could see making a gentleman's agreement rule to not guess, but I think banning resetting out of books would be an overreaction.
Yeah, I like resetting out of books.
That sucks for Vae. He swapped the phases before he swapped his souls.
Yeah,
So
can't get away with that.
Is that red book? That's red book. See? See how long that took? Like 3 minutes.
Rock armor from Imp. No rock armor.
Don't even have it. Like right here, Lunix just reset out of that check. Gonna go harm Imp, I think. Probably.
Yeah, I got a couple Imps in Reservoir, a couple in Garden.
Oh, yeah, okay. I remember what the Imp enemy is now.
Oh, a couple in Inner Quarters as well, so...
It's the one that's like spot. Tiny Devil, right?
Yeah, Tiny Devil, but you get really mad and attack into space.
Yeah, they're the ones that
it's these guys.
If you bind your there's some interesting Aria trivia. If you go into your ability bindings, you can rebind, I believe, your B key, your B. So if you put, like, say, Hippogriff, your L soul, on your B key, and when you get grabbed by the imps, it'll mash Hippogriff instead. You do the same thing with, like, backdash. It's
okay, well,
funny.
this farm is over. It took like 3 imps.
Glad it took long enough for the trivia.
I didn't actually know that, that's hilarious.
I think I have clips of it posted somewhere. I'm just like backdashing into a wall repeatedly at very high speed. How has Vae not gone through all of his red souls at this point?
I think he's going back over some that he's already tried. You can kind of keep track of it because there's a canonical order to your menu.
What?
Well, no, there's not a canonical order to your menu, but it's like, it's kind of recency based on when you get stuff and when you last equip stuff. So like, If you open up your menu from a save, it's always going to be in the same order. So based on that, you could just go with like soul number 1, 2, 3 down the list. Alright, Lunix has gotten enough hits on Graham that he's going to switch to the required souls now. And we'll finally get to see phase 3 of this fight. Okay, that's the final hit. The check is passed, he can put on whatever he wants for phase 3 of Graham. Gotta avoid the hands, they have a constant hitbox. Gotta avoid the laser. The hands do a little flash when they're gonna come at you.
You don't actually need to avoid anything if you just get the guard every time you would get hit. That's the,
No
the
big
task
deal.
strat, you know?
Picking up the pitch black suit, leaving the ancient belt on the floor. And Lunix is through Graham. Gonna be headed back to the floating garden to fight Julius Belmont. And so far we seem poised to see a game 3 here.
Yo, Vae's actually gonna go find study? Let's go. Guessing for 10 minutes does that to a man.
Well, you do hit a point where you've tried everything. And I feel like this is a bit of an exclamation point garden moment, because these doors are never going to lead to garden.
They gotta head the right direction.
I think he might have it now. Because one of the entrances is through the school door here. No, he's going up.
Today.
Okay, he's made up his mind.
Sub-hour seed, maybe?
Yeah, I think this is still sub-hour, because garden's right here. Alright, Vae's getting toward the backdash spot. Unfortunately, it's like the furthest thing away when you come in from the top of study. Picking up the rare ring for good measure.
Where?
That was his file name, so it's prophecy. Lunix is gonna fight Julius with the Death Scythe. Equipping Lubricant being the risk-reward soul. Less HP means more stats and more damage. Mana core hitting for 130 times 3. So 2 full heals and 2 cream sodas, I think, left for Lunix.
On the phase 2 already. Maybe seeing sub-weapons come to play now. Did they not head to study?
No, he was in study.
Okay.
He doesn't have rock armor is the problem.
Okay, I just saw him come out the door. I couldn't quite tell what happened. Some good guards, too.
But he'll be able to fight some imps in this room if he wants. This is not a great farm room, but maybe he'll get lucky.
Just get it first try, you know? Just get it second try, you know? Oh, it was the third try. Ah, see? What did I say?
Just sure. That's live attain.
Pretty good. Definitely, I think the best weapon to have for Chaos.
Yeah, Death Scythe not gonna cut it on Chaos.
Why is Lunix not healing? Come on, Jupiter, what's he gonna do? Take a hit to the giant skeleton? I didn't think so.
He'll just heal right here.
Think of how much time he saved by not healing at the start. Literally none.
Still looking for that one item in Reservoir.
Getting that guard on a Medusa, that's a Chaos ring.
Oh boy.
Okay then. Well,
So that's infinite MP.
pretty nice, I guess. Can do some nice things with infinite MP and a rush soul.
I don't believe we have Red Minotaur, so won't have a free Chaos fight, but
I mean, Chaos Ring and Manticore is pretty much a free Chaos fight.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Does he have Medusa Head? He does have Medusa Head. I know what you're thinking about, and I don't think we're gonna see it, because Manticore is better damage.
No save.
Yeah, I respect it. Reseating in his chair. Make sure he doesn't die on Chaos Phase 1.
Chaos Phase 1, Lunix's equipped souls are sealed away and he needs to win them back from these statues.
Yeah, so that Chaos Ring not gonna do a lot of good. He can't get his mana drained. Well, he can, but there's an infinite amount of it. But he also can't use it.
Yeah, he's still dodging around that lock-on anyway. There could be free iframes if he wants them. Alright, got his blue soul back, so he's gonna Manticore. VaeVictus has finished Graham. Passed the soul check. And now he has seen Garden, so he may save some time on exploration here.
It's that weird Jaguar I see. Actually using red souls. Can't believe this.
That is not bad.
That is, yeah, I don't, you know, it's not as fast as I think Manticore would be, but it is a nice change of pace.
It's a little awkward to use red souls in midair. At least I think. Maybe not for these guys. But Lunix is going to decide that 2 eyes are enough to take down some of the defense on the core.
And normally, when you see 50 a hit, it's like, that's a bit low, maybe go for a 3rd eye. But that's when you actually have to wait for your mana to regen. When you get here, you can just hit, 180 per cycle.
Yeah, when you're in the rush form, you don't really take damage like once you fully transform. Getting a little extra help from Lubricant here. And that's going to be GG to Lunix on game 2. Series is evened up at 1 apiece. Vae's choosing to use the Calibolt for Julius, opting for a jump cancelable weapon as opposed to the backdash canceling Death Scythe. When you're doing backdash canceling, your movement can be like a little more wild just because like you have to reorient your direction and press back in the direction that you actually want to move in. Because backdash you go backwards, but if you want to stay in relatively the same place, which you usually do when you're hitting a fixed target, then you want to, like if you're backdashing to the left, you want to hold back right. That is 4 HP for VaeVictus.
Plenty.
Yeah, didn't even need the heal. It's also going to pick up the live attain. Does take the hit from the giant skeleton.
At least Vae had the health to survive a giant skeleton hit and a slime hit.
Interested to see what Vae chooses for a Chaos Ring strat? Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can go. They picked up a lot of souls. Yeah, pick that up, please.
That face! That's, I suffered 55 minutes to get Chaos Ring.
Leaving the Death Sickle, because that's useless for Chaos.
Chaos Resist Dark. Death Sickle, unsurprisingly, a Dark Element weapon.
I mean, there is some room for ambiguity there. I think they forgot to give Death an element a couple times.
I'm not actually sure Death is like... I could check just while we're doing this, while we get to see what Vae is using.
Yeah, I think Live Attain is an obvious weapon choice here. He's not even going to heal at the save point. He ate a ramen.
This is your brain on Chaos Ring.
Maybe he was thinking about like lubricant damage from the start. 111 isn't bad though.
Here's a piece of trivia. Or a trivia question. What elements is Death weak to in Aria? We've got a none answer, we've got a holy answer. I hate to say it, algorithm, but Jack is in the right here. Death does not have any weaknesses.
Yeah, the Mistletoe is just the classic because it's right there. and it has that, like, fancy white sparkle effect, but doesn't do anything special.
Oh, that sparkle is just the holy weapon sparkle. You get that from anything, I believe.
Just like Cloud Bowl gives you the dark sparkle. Alright, VaeVictus is going with the more traditional Manticore for 270.
There we go. That's what you see. Man, hitting 53 on the core already. Just need to not die real quick.
Yeah, it's a little interesting how green orbs react to Manticore. You sometimes bounce them away. Depending on where you are in your transformation, you sometimes pick them up, but as long as you stay transformed, which should be no problem with the Chaos Ring, the green orb will just kind of fizzle out on the Manticore. So don't take any damage from that, and that's GG to VaeVictus. Alright. And with that, the series is tied at 1 apiece. Game 3 is coming up next. So we will get them a new seed and be back with you in just a bit. Stay tuned for more Aria. Hello and welcome to Game 3, the deciding game of this best of 3 matchup in the winners finals of the Castlevania Aria of Sorrow Randomizer Tournament as part of SpeedGaming Live 2022. VaeVictus took Game 1, Lunix brought it back in Game 2. We'll see who can take it all here and become the winner of the winner's bracket. Smile, I've got Barracks here with me.
Wow.
And Donazuke is doing Spanish comms on SpeedGaming Espanol as well. We've already got a hope that, well, greatest hope that Malphite is in the chaotic realm.
A decent shot. Cheap armor. There is healing.
Yeah, it's a little expensive. Well, Dryad is also healing. Kind of. So they're selling their starting loadout. They do get a random weapon and piece of armor. Items sell for random prices though, so can be valuable to sell. Hammer is available from the start. His shop is half souls, and the souls always will cost 15,000. And it looks like there are 8 potentially important items in Castle Corridor. That's what that number at the top middle is telling us.
Backdash. It's a bit faster movement.
That's a vanilla backdash.
Is this even randomized? Welcome to probably, I think, the first backdash cancels we've seen the entire seed. Both of these runners actually quite proficient Aria speedrunners. I believe Lunix has the third fastest in percent time. So it's an interesting view into their natural movement patterns.
They can use some Fish Head and Liana Kiri to take out Creaking Skull.
Oh, another Malphite too. This is a really interesting seed.
Yeah, so much for Malphite in the Chaotic Realm. And there's our Black Panther.
Last seed, Lunix decided to do his Gardens check early. Looks like he's not going to be doing that same. It did pay off. He got Hippogriff out of it, but took him a minute to get past it. So now looks like neither runner is going to be doing it this time.
They could jump up to that door if they really wanted. Just taking the conventional way. So actually, VaeVictus is going back to do these item checks at the beginning of the Castle Corridor earlier.
I was thinking he would only do one of those, but I guess he sees that 5 and he's like, there's probably something here. He's probably right. Well, as we're seeing more checks for Lunix, he might be wrong. The Manticore and Slide. Very good blue soul manticore.
Yeah, down to 1 now for Lunix. It does,
Yes.
unless it's above hammer. Might be nothing for going left. And Lunix can get into this study with that slide.
It's pretty normal to play for Vae there. Guess he's probably gonna head to the bottom left exit here. Otherwise, I'd expect him to reset out. Yep. I have not seen this door yet.
Vanilla entrance into Clock Tower. Or, the entrance that you normally take into Clock Tower.
Is it?
Yeah, because you come over from Garden.
I didn't know that. I've played this game before. And Lunix, another early Headhunter fight, but Manticore should make this one a lot easier. Manticore and Oni carry.
Yeah, Headhunter is one of the random bosses. Fairly early boss into the game, so not too tough. And Anakiri is a very competent weapon as well.
And can hold off on the rush souls for phase 2 and 3. And just a bit of extra damage. Does need to be a bit careful. A bit low on health right now. 2 hits in that Headhunter 3 and it could be another death. I hope he saved and studied.
Yeah, we
Early
did
rush.
see Lunix take a death to Headhunter in the last seed. VaeVictus has found great armor in Clock Tower. And Great Armor just dropped an Osofune for him, so it's a bit of a weapon upgrade from the Claymore. Did get Medusa Head behind Great Armor, so that could be our required blue soul to become Dracula. They'll need 1 of each color to be able to do that. Although, gray doesn't count, I guess it's like lack of a color in this case. 20 HP, no healing for Lunix right now. Gotta be careful again.
My god. Got that fish head damage. Going for anything you can hit here. Man, Headhunter is decided. Good save, though. So we'll try again.
Yeah, that's a convenient enough space to save at. And would have been very valuable if this was one of the tougher bosses to fight as well. We've somehow managed to avoid seeing Legion this whole time. Now this has essentially caught Vae back up. It's coming into this area as well, with the benefit of having seen some things in Clock Tower already. And we'll have a weapon that will make this a little easier as well.
Lunix 2 hits again.
Sometimes the lizard just wants to walk into you.
Lizard gets ruthless today.
It's gonna go pivot to looking at the other items in the study. Now, as you can see with the Osafune, very good range, jump cancelable. You can swing it very quickly despite its size.
That stuff just would have made this fight so much easier.
Yeah, I could almost see him like going back down with that.
Ooh, too. Very nice. Chaos ring behind Headhunter. Aw. $1,000 instead.
Well, there is Reservoir up here, and Lunix can go in. It will be quite risky.
Yeah, that's cool. Probably make to that save point pretty safely. I'll also see
Boat strats?
boat trick, yeah, boat strats. I tried this for like 5 minutes before one of my races and could not land it. I don't know how he does it.
So the thought here is if this boat travels leftward enough, when it gets to the end of its journey, you're able to jump up into the merman room. And there he goes, he got it. It's just a handgun.
Yes, this is 1-1. Final game, so... Have a J though, pretty nice. Vae going out of his way. He named the file RR, my love. In favor of raring my beloved.
Yeah, so equipping Rare Ring, he'll have a chance at rolling up the rare drop in the enemy item drop slots. Enemies have a common drop and a rare drop, so lets you possibly see more items. Looks like Vae is also going to... Nope, he might be leaving.
I've seen this rare ring get runners in the past. Ascalon to win a game. I know some runners have gotten claim from Ripper apparently. Sometimes it's healing. It's a very good item. Very underrated in the past.
And Vae sleeping out of the room, that is completely legal. You can just use it to get back to the entrance of a big room. You do have to have a save down to be able to use the sleep option, though. Lunix, taking a look at the clock tower, gonna go in. And because he did study first, he will be able to check underwater if he wants. There's 2 items down here. There's one in the pendulum room, and then there's one under some spikes that you can slide under. And we have a hippogriff sighting for Lunix. So with Flight, Skula, and Slide, Lunix can go just about anywhere. And what he's looking for now are the 2 areas, Top Floor and Floating Garden. And he's also looking for the 3 ancient books to tell him what souls he needs to beat the game now. And then looking for those souls if he doesn't have them.
You know, it's just like 5 things, and then another 3 things, and then a couple areas.
Well, that is a red book on the other side of the waterfall.
Okay, going for waterfall strats. Having a bit of trouble getting that timing to climb up.
He's trying to do it without Panther and without flying armor. Some people have setups that they like more there. I usually like trying it with Panther even though it like eats up your MP a little bit.
Yeah, I'm personally a Panther fan of waterfall flying, but I definitely see why people like flying armor too, since that's pretty necessary to get the second half of it.
Yeah, just leaving it for now. Gonna go check these 2 entrances toward the left side of the reservoir. Needles drop Dead Crusader, so got like 4 copies of that. Door number 1 just goes back into Castle Corridor. What about door number 2?
Object Connector Reservoir. There's a check here in Forbidden Area.
Oh, there's Floating Garden.
I could see a book here at the end of Forbidden.
Yeah, Forbidden always takes so long to go through. But there's a book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Medusa Head for Merman. Already got Medusa Head.
Like Owl out there in Garden Survey. I don't remember if we've seen the recordings, dude. It's been a long night.
Yeah,
But
I don't think Inner Quarters yet.
And then we could see something behind Galmouth there.
And bottom of Clock Tower is the other side of Forbidden.
So easy work out. We'll go to the waterfall now. See that red book.
3 things in Dance Hall. Vae doesn't have Kicker Skeleton, so can't get in there quite yet. This is where Hippogriff is making a little bit of a difference. Lunix can full clear the waterfall.
It's a ramen, a beef curry out of it, but not much else. But he does get the information on what checks to skip if he does end up doing Eastern. If he gets this Indian here, he might decide to head back up, straight through Waterfall, see what's over there.
Dance Hall's a pretty common area to save split the halves of it, but Vae already got a soul on his way up here, that tiny devil. And here's another one, so he'll probably have to keep these.
And that was 2 red souls, so 1 in 3 chance that one of those is a required red. But we won't know for a minute.
I mean, obviously the required soul can only be a soul you have already.
Really? I mean, if you're gonna beat the game, of course you have it. Otherwise, you know, it's not a thing. So when oh hey, Duke Red. Slide locked.
Axe armor from Lilith.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing that, but I haven't been paying close to attention to our red souls. That is Eastern. I hope our runners like Reservoir.
Sure, certainly seen a lot of the ways into it so far.
I dare say all but one. And Vae gets the boat zip there.
That's
Pushes
actually
you into the
a
wall.
different way that I've seen it done.
Zipping in this game, it's mostly illegal in our randomizer play, but there's I want to say 2 that we've allowed, and that's one of them. Pushes you into the wall straight up, and that just sends you to that doorway a bit faster.
Giant bat for Vae in Eastern, so that is flight. Slightly slower flight. This Trident is following him down.
Let's try him for you, man. Relentless.
Lunix gets the Fleaman drop, it's just bat. That room is one of the places where you can really get a nice stack of enemies to just see what they can give you this seed. There's Hex Armor in Eastern. Oh boy. So already not looking too bad. Now ideally, they will look for Book 3.
I'm not just guess. Yeah, that's the hope.
Because they do still need to look for top floor. Might as well get the number down on the way.
You don't have to guess as many things, but look, and just go find them.
Vae's going into the rooms that I don't think anyone should ever go into.
Bro, it's fine. They're good rooms. It's a good way to get through the area if you have health to tank that damage. Because Une does a lot of damage. Please don't die.
He's really debating whether he wants to eat that strawberry. So, like, okay, this is acceptable because he's already seen the check in the big room. So he's not gonna miss it.
That's a perfectly fine way to get around. This is the third game. Who's ahead? They're both pretty even right now.
Yeah, you could say Lunix is one...
Lunix just fail on his red soul.
Oh dear.
What does it farm from again?
Lilith? Yeah.
That's fine. Can farm it in arena or can farm it in inner quarters.
Manticore's in the shop, and I think Chronomage was too.
I still would have personally just cleared Eastern and gotten the soul, but it's farmable, so it's fine.
Red Soul is Axe Armor. And it comes from Lilith. Yeah, when you read those ancient books, they've got 2 names on them. The first one is the soul you need. The second one is the enemy that you can get it to drop from. That is a random flame demon drop.
Is that the required red soul flame demon?
I don't know what game you're playing.
Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. Double pack with Harmony of Dissonance.
Oh, I see. Alright, carry on then. I believe you're correct. Lunix has found Chapel and has taken out the Manticore with Manticore. Just a pendant at the top of the room, though. And just ramen on the bat ledge today. Shadow Knight is not a bad Blue Soul pickup. Usually doesn't get to shine much when you already have Manticore, but can come in handy.
I might see it in use on Chaos, since it's quite good against the eyes, which you can't really hit with Manticore. It's a lot more MP efficient, I think. Never actually tested it. It seems a lot more MP efficient.
Well, if you're trying to hit the top eyes, some MP is a lot less than infinite, so...
Well, I just mean like, hey, nice kicker. If you have, say, 300 MP, do you get more damage out of using a Rush Soul on the bottom eyes, or of using Shadow Knight?
Looks like there is a Vanilla Legion in the Underground Cemetery.
How fun.
Legion can take a little while. There's going to be some time save here from having Manticore. There's a nice strat you can do with the platforms here. Ooh, we got just enough charge up time. But yeah, just empty your MP bar as Legion comes towards you. Can get hits on most of the pieces of Legion. And you really only need to break one off to have a safe spot. Didn't really get much luck with that in the corner. You can also have a safe spot up here. But again, it helps if you are able to get one of these bottom pieces down. That's a Muramasa. Is that in the shop?
That's pretty nice. They can just get up there to crouch down and be able to hit double hits.
It looks like Inner Quarters was in the vanilla top floor door from Castle Corridor. So Lunix has found it. We'll be able to full clear it. Let's see if there's any important things here. Seems like he just wants the warp for now, though. He did come in on the right side, which means he would have to fight a boss to get to 5 of the checks.
Ooh, careful there.
19 HP, eating the strawberry.
Not a lot of healing. In fact, it's none left. This could prove an issue for the end game.
Yeah, so this platform is one of the spots. You stand there, Legion just ooh.
Please, just stand in the corner. Crouch on the ground.
You can stay down here. Okay.
Oh my god.
Legion is down.
This
All right.
entire set has just been harrowing boss fights.
You only need 1 HP, the rest are extra. And Lunix has decided to go through Inner Quarters after all. So there's 2 things in Cemetery. This is one. Peeping Eye. Well, with Palette Rando on, the breakable walls are pretty identifiable already.
Given there's like, what, 9 of them in the game? I think after 180 seeds, you tend to start memorizing them. That said, it's not the most useless Yellow Soul. That's probably a Ghost Answer Gremlin.
And second copy of Skula back here.
Yellow Book in Gallimore? Not guessing, please?
Yellow Book of
Yo.
Galamoth. Succubus
have
from
it.
Lubricant. They have it.
Now just go farm Lilith, I guess. You can farm a Lilith here in Inner Quarters. Please.
Alright.
Okay. That's a troll and a half.
So the 50-50 chance that a second copy of a book can be placed has resulted in them being like 2 feet from each other. But Lunix does find top floor on the left side of inner quarters.
Just clear top floor and then, you know, go farm the lift. Perk gang.
Oh yeah.
Pretty decent weapon. High damage, boost your defense a bit.
And VaeVictus is going to be coming into inner quarters here, so not too much distance in between.
Especially if Lunix is bad X-Armor farm when it takes a while to get to it. Because Vae does already have that red soul. So which gives really an advantage.
And Lunix will probably spend some time full clearing top floor. Like, it's no longer a guesser situation when you know everything, so that's ruled out. He just needs to keep doing checks or decide to go do that farm.
I knew that he couldn't guess, and I still got scared that he was gonna go guess. This is what last seed has done to me. The PTSD.
So, like, something that's also been made clear across the tournament is that, not everybody knows where certain enemies are. And so, maybe he's doing some thinking right now as to where a Lilith actually is. Oh hey, it's inner quarters again.
The golem just dropped 10 gold. If I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
As anti-venom.
Can't get any healing, but we can get anti-venom. And yeah,
Let's
he's
get,
gonna
like,
do
the
this
fifth
Lilith
try,
farm.
Lilith. 5th try. Oh no.
But it's interesting!
Yeah, that's all the money that the golem has.
Doesn't have any pockets to carry anymore, you know?
Vae, without the benefit of Hippogriff, is going to have to do a little juggling between Black Panther and Giant Bat in this top floor. There's a couple jumps that you just quite can't double jump up. Including one right here, which I think without kicker, yeah, he's going to have to put Bat back on.
It's always a shame to get to this one jump.
And you can see some of the synergy with multi-hit weapons and Succubus, Muramasa giving him 5 HP for each hit.
Also the distinctive element of Muramasa, that Kirk's element against lubricants, where it does more damage the more health an enemy has left. To some enemies, not all of them.
Yeah, that's
But
what that's what that odd-looking damage decay is right here, like 200 to 150 to 100.
Needs to go a lot faster than if you're using Kunitsune or something.
So it is pretty good to, this is a pretty good strat for some level ups, I think.
Lunix is looking for the red soul. Axe armor. Dropped some Lilith. Decided to not farm it.
Yeah, he could either keep farming, but where he needs to be is the foot of the man in Eastern Reservoir. He did some checks in Eastern, but he left.
Got that mistletoe on. Legion, unlike Death, is weak to Holy. Not sure about face tanking it, even with Succubus.
Alright, Vae has made his save. He's fighting Graham. This is the bottom corner strat for Legion, by the way. Just get one piece off, duck in the corner.
Classic when you get two for the both corners off, or both on its side. You can start to jump cancel.
I believe Vae full cleared top floor just trying to get stuff, so there is going to be one soul behind Graham.
That's Kicker. Wow, we already saw Kicker. Have we seen Duplicate Backdash?
I think that's still on the table.
Yeah, it's Duplicate Backdash. And Gremlin. One of those. Cool, this isn't the Basilisk seed, I don't think. So, no need to count like we did last time.
No, it's not a Basilisk seed.
I just swap whenever, really.
I don't... Yes, please read the book. Thank you.
Nothing quite like looking at the book. Swapping off the book, looking back at the book. Does Vae not have blue book?
He doesn't
Or
have
was
the
that
blue
an
book.
accident? I think he's seen it, right? It's
There's
like
no-
Medusa head, right?
Yeah,
Am I misremembering something here?
it's Medusa head.
Okay. Where did we see blue again?
Good question.
Is Lunix gonna go farm blue? That's 4. I called 5th try. Aww.
Yeah,
I
he's
guess
definitely
so.
trying things.
I
So.
guess he's guessing. Did Lunix give up on farming again? It certainly was the seed of all time. So is the rare. Raring my beloved. Lunix will farm here? Maybe. I hope so. What did Raring do? Nothing. But they had Raring on when they entered the Graham fight. Does Vae have the soul? Yes, Vae does have the soul. It's just a matter of equipping it. Hey, nice angle. Honestly, I think this is the worst farming spot, because there's a succubus you have to deal with. And
that is asking to die. The other spot, like, sure, it has, like... Succubus can climb that? Well, that's news to me. I mean, only if he grabs you, but still.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's intended.
Yeah. Did they guess correctly? What's going on? I didn't know. No, I was watching Lunix try to farm.
No, this does not look like guessing correctly.
A strong chaotic hang to the seed. Yeah, can't wait to see the Chaos Ring claim Pile Sword and Chaotic. Welcome, SpeedGaming 2. You're just in time for, hopefully, the wrapping up of winners finals. And it's been a time. Where was Blue Book? That is a great question.
Yeah, I'm currently scrubbing the archives to figure that out.
For context, right now, VaeVictus has everything he needs to beat the game, but he does not know it. And Lunix knows everything he needs to beat the game, but skipped one item like 20 minutes ago. And I have no idea what either of them are doing right now. Hey, do you know that Manticore is also weak to Curse? It's a flaming shot. Okay. That's pretty funny. Now maybe with this claim, Lunix will decide to farm Lilith again.
Certainly might make it a little easier.
This looks like inner quarters, yeah? Are we gonna see farm part 4? The 4th time that he has tried to farm this soul? Yeah, only 2 hits! Much faster! How good this farming spot is. And there's the soul. Lunix is in go mode now. And Vae is looking for Blue Book, which is somewhere. Why does he have a claim? Claim was in shop. And claim, for those joining us from the raid, is the 2nd best weapon in the game.
Is that because Final Sword is better?
It is because Final Sword is better. Against Chaos and Julius. Required Succubus Soul. Is this even randomized? And Lunix equips the souls. We're gonna see Grand Phase 3.
Yeah, that is some success right there. Got your 3 required souls equipped for the last hit of Phase 2.
Let's see some hippo strats. Come on. Oh. Flame is debatably the best weapon in the game. It's more decisively the most overpowered weapon in the game. Both of those statements. One of those statements is more true, the second statement is false.
Alright, I have found the blue book. It was the first check in Forbidden.
That is awful. Where was Forbidden?
Forbidden is the school door out of Castle Corridor.
Oh, wow. And for Chaos? No, Final Sword for Chaos. Final Sword is so much better for Chaos. Anyways, Lunix is into gardens. Headed over to Julius, where he will not be using this claim. Well, actually, maybe he will, because it gives, like, +7 intelligence, which is a lot more rush soul damage, but...
Yeah, not changing his loadout before saving, so might be good with this.
As soon as backdash, honestly, Final Sword without backdash is still really good on Chaos. At least the Chaos core. Yeah, hitting only 23 with claim, but that Manticore damage quite high if you can just get it off without getting interrupted.
Yeah, you're not using the claim for the swing damage here. There's blue book for Vae.
I just swapped the Bird Game, about 12 damage per hit. That's the sound of the Julius weapon, it's Manticore. That's his Julius weapon.
Yeah, back to claim. Did get a little bird gang.
Claim and Satan's doing quite good. Using all his mana healing while he still has it. His Claim, much better weapon against Chaos, but here with Julius, you want the speed of Manticore. Yasutsuna's sleeper Julius weapon? What are these hot takes in chat tonight?
It's usable.
I wouldn't take it over a lot of other things. Julius just has so much defense that multi-hits are generally not good.
Yasutsuna, for context, is the second best katana in the game. The Muramasa is by far the best katana.
I think I remember watching Trinan do Julius using Gungnir and nothing else. And it looked like pain.
I mean, I'm kind of a Gungnir fan. It wouldn't be easy.
I became a Gungnir fan on Chaos, and then after another 3 seeds of it, a Gungnir hater. Speaking of multi-hits, we're seeing that Muramasa on the left side. Multi-hits on the core for pretty good damage, and also Succubus just can face tank pretty much everything here.
Yeah, he's only dealing 18 a hit, but he's not going to die. He's likely out-healing any hits he's taking here. Gonna heal up anyway, just in case. As Lunix is done with Julius.
See, and you guys made fun of me for pausing. Not healing, but it makes sense he has so much health, doesn't need to. 2 souls in Chaotic. Please check the souls. I want to know what the souls are.
Could be Iron Golem, could be Red Minotaur.
Could be Slime.
If we still didn't see second backdash.
What are the phantom heals on Gram 3 with Succubus? With Succubus you can heal off just about anything that has a hitbox. So like candles, the wrecking balls, the bone dragging in Chaos, and also Graham's hands. So that's what he's getting heals off of there, just Graham's hands. Can't believe Lunix thinks that just because he has claim, he is good to go.
You can
How
also
accurate.
You can also heal off breakable walls.
That's true. You can also heal off of The little spinny things in the Manticore boss fight. I believe.
I love those spikes.
I like that they deal damage based on how much defense you have. Just to keep them dangerous. In the 2 rooms they appear in the entire game.
Only got 2 types of spikes, but like 10 types of candles.
Well, honestly. Pretty disappointing.
Anyway, Claim is a very good weapon. It's almost big enough that you can reliably hit 2 of these statues at the same time.
And Lunix, as I mentioned, top 3 80% no 0 HP runner, very well versed in using Claim on Chaos.
Yeah, it's the weapon of choice for that category.
Handles are much more important in a castle than spikes. But you have to consider that it's Dracula's castle, not just any castle.
Can also hit 2 eyes with the Claim like this.
And then can hit the core and a bottom eye at the same time, for even more DPS. This is the 80% strat right here. Hit the core and the eye, and then hope Chaos is nice to you.
Need to hold there for a little bit of crowd control.
And 3 rounds off the Manticore, get that big damage in. The levels from that Valor fight really helping resistant along with Claim's inherent int boost. And that's GG's for Lunix. Takes winners finals. We may just be seeing our runners in here for interviews. Just a moment.
Well, we do have simultaneous Spanish commentary on SpeedGaming Espanol here, so they may go over there first, but...
That's true. Looks like Lunix is over there right now.
We are joined by VaeVictus. Hello.
Oh man, that last game, I should guess it until the end. If I guess it until the end, I could finish if...
Yeah, it actually took us a second to realize that you went in there without the blue book. We didn't remember where it was and had to go find where it was.
Yeah, I should guess it until the end. If I should guess it until the end, I'd probably be... I lost like 5 to 6 minutes only to find this book.
Jupiter is about to say he's gonna hop into comms to talk about why guessing is bad.
This entire set, I feel, has just brought out the anti-guessers.
This is the only way I can defeat him. There's no way. You just got lucky.
The funny thing is,
You just got lucky.
Seed 2, you were both guessing and didn't have the soul.
Oh,
and Lunix skipped the book.
Yeah,
this seed, I think Lunix had the books, but he hadn't gotten the soul from Eastern. And he didn't want to farm it for like 10 minutes.
What? He didn't go for it? He didn't farm for it? He farmed
for it eventually. But
he kind of gave up pretty quickly the first time he did it and just like went and did more checks.
Yeah, the first time and the second time.
I took too long to find last book. And the last book was just right there. I did go arena, I did go every place, and the last place was Forbidden Area, and Forbidden Area just down corridors. on that second seed, I could do like I did it right now. Just give up quickly, go red block, and go back. If I saw that was a block, wrong, so I just lost. There's no way. The only way I will beat Jupiter right there is lucky, is being lucky, because I'm just calling it. The next BO3, Jupiter will take it if he gets the box first, and I don't guess he will just take it. I'm calling it right now. There's no way I beat it without luck.
But would you say that you are in favor or against banning guessing for future tournaments?
I'm in favor of guessing, but of course it would. Oh. Come on, Jup. We know the situation the day I beat Rio.
Yeah, Jupiter is trying to be humble in return, saying they did beat him in a race recently. But yeah, that is going to be the next matchup for VaeVictus against Jupiter Climb, who came up through the losers bracket.
Okay, I need to schedule. I'll make the schedule right now. Just right now.
Right now. Should be like flip a coin, Aria Jupiter in an hour.
But do you have to flip a coin to decide what the coin's outcomes are?
Yeah, if you guys can check it. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I guess we could go back to the earlier seeds too.
Yeah. The first one, I don't know how I did that one. I just I think I got at the box. The play I did it that was nice was do the impossible jump to reach arena and find the second book.
Oh yeah, that was super cool. Lunix actually didn't, like, he wasn't far behind you there because he actually got flight.
You went inner quarters off the start and got that early.
Yeah, I did it. When I thought about when I had flying armor and dive kick, I knew it. I knew that I tried to do when I remember that. I think in my reaction when I came back there was talking about that because I knew it that I had.
Yeah, you had the stuff. You had kicker and flying armor. Lunix is also here now, by the way.
Hello.
Congratulations.
GG.
Thank you.
Uh, Man, I should guess it. The third game, I
found all the 3 books very early, I believe.
Yeah, when I saw the last book on Forbidden, I knew I was doomed.
My problem to beat this game early was not finding the red soul canister. I had to farm Lilith.
It wasn't
wasted.
Eastern. Wasn't Eastern.
Yeah,
I
was
got
thinking about
it. I got
I
it
lived
right
just one
away.
check in Eastern. I
got
lived
it
one
right away.
check in Eastern, man.
I got it
Yeah,
right
yeah.
away. When I saw the red book and I did the Eastern, let me go Eastern. That's something right there. When I saw that was the X armor, okay, that was good.
But I believe I got lucky with the death shop, which had a claim. And if
Oh,
You
I
get
didn't
that
def. I didn't def. I didn't def.
Yeah.
I had only a Balmong. I got the
Yeah.
Balmong on reservoir, and what was it was I had it. I didn't go death. I did it just headhunter.
Well, I think
And,
you got a Muramasa at some point
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I got a was a headhunter shop was has Durandal and Muramasa. I just bought the two, and I was about to go with the Balmong.
That shop had Stolas and Claim, so that was
Oh.
a big difference maker, I believe.
I didn't know it. If I should guess until the end. That one I did. I got the. My mind was set after the last seed, because that last seed we played, the second one, we guessed every ready soul we had it, and no one was that. No one.
I believe I've never had such problems with head counter in my whole life. Like, this
And
last
also
two
the soul
seeds-
was on. Yeah, the soul was on. The soul was on again on Eastern. There's one place, but I didn't need it because on the second imp I killed after going Eastern. I got it. I got the red one. But until that, I was just doomed. The second seed was nice until the guessing.
yeah, that guessing.
And I knew we both did.
I believe I just got directly to the place where the red book was after I ended up my guessing session. Like the
Yeah.
first place I went.
Yeah, that's
Red
it
book
gave you
location.
guys everything else, and then the red book and the red soul were so far away.
Yeah, so far away from each other. One was in study and the other one was in Eastern. That was no way until when I got, like I said, when I got Eastern, when I knew that I had the books, and when I got Eastern, I just did it first, second try. I just second tried the imp drop, so I just decided to not go there anymore. I just go back and try to finish, but it was late. The mistake I did on the second one was the mistake I did on this third one. If I guess it until the end on this third one would be good for me, because I had it everything else to finish this seed. Even then, I probably won't would lost because you got claim, you got stolen, so you had big damage against me. And the best damage I got, like for my Manticore, was Bale behind Graham.
All right. Well, you both will still have matches left to play.
Probably.
Vae faces off against Jupiter, and then Lunix will face the winner.
Yeah, this is already scheduled. There's already scheduled for later night.
Wow.
Well, I have
Yeah,
to play this game.
I think it's for tomorrow night.
Yeah, well, I said on this one, I was already scheduled with Jupiter after this. Was so fast.
Prepared.
Well, okay. We'll be back here tomorrow night then.
Yeah. So yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern will begin the BO3. Yeah, and we'll go the BO3 until the end. There's no way.
Uh,
All right. Thanks for the games, guys. Thanks to Barracks for commentating me. Thanks to Donazuke for commentating on the Spanish side as well. You can follow these runners. They race each other like so often. Not even just for tournament reasons. Like, if you like seeing Aria, or Vae definitely plays a lot of other games as well, from any genre. You can check out his stream. Follow Barracks as well. Follow Donazuke. His link is in the chat. Thanks to SpeedGaming for hosting us. Thanks to chat for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah,
And
see you.
yeah, we'll see you in the next race.
See you guys.
See you.
See you later.
Jews.